next.
Okay, we're going to spend a few moments now on the big switch. After more than 6 decades of analog signals, the entire nation's TV stations will be broadcasting in digital, and it is starting today.
Time is running out here. It is today. TV stations were free to choose when to make the big switch today. So here at CBS 13, we're going to be doing it live during our 5 o'clock newscast. Now, we do have a live look at our Walnut Grove transmission tower at 5:26. Our engineers are going to flip the switch. They've got their button. They're ready to do it, but we're going to wait a little longer. They're going to stop broadcasting in analog. Everyone with cable or a satellite dish, you're going to be just fine. But if you still use those rabbit ears to watch TV, you are going to need a converter box.
Okay, there you see them live. So if you are not ready or you have questions about the DTV switch, we have a live call center set up in our studio right now. As you can see there, they are ready to take your call. Volunteers will answer your questions, and they will take your calls through our 6 o'clock hour right here on CBS 13.
And again, here's the number to call. It is on your screen, 1-877-239-2931. You can call them to answer your questions, or you can also get information on our digital TV guide. It's on our website, cbs13.com. And right now, we also want to know, how have you been dealing with this whole DTV switch? That is the topic of today's 4 p.m. blog. Has it been easy for you? Difficult? And why? Did you apply for one of those converter vouchers? Are you still having problems? Go to cbs13.com and share your stories on the 4 p.m. blog. It is at the top of the homepage. And keep it right here. We're also going to be answering some of your DTV concerns live a little bit later and look at what some procrastinators have gone through today for this.
Traffic on I-80 came to a halt. The big rig rescue, and why crews were so cautious with the cargo.
There was no containing this inferno. Look at the flames. What helped fuel this fire? And another cool day, Dave. Really cloudy out there.
Really cloudy, really cool, and possibly leading to what could be a wet weekend. We'll have details on that coming up here in a bit. What you're looking at here on the old Titan, of course, a little bit of sprinkle activity here in the valley. But still, it's June, it's cool, and it may carry on at least through Saturday and Sunday. Details coming up.
Why put a group of strangers in one house under surveillance 24/7? Because we know you like to watch. The summer sensation Big Brother is back, and it's better than ever. With crazy new challenges, bigger secrets, and outrageous summer fun. The new Big Brother season premiere Thursday, July 9th on CBS.
Here, action speaks louder than words. Whether it's incredible thrills or extraordinary service, this is a place where you'll find plenty of both. Only at Red Hawk Casino, where the sky's the limit.
This fiber, I'd had my fill. Then I found Miralax. Miralax relieves constipation with no bloating, no excess gas, no taste, no grit. You'll see, it's clearly different.
Restore your body's natural rhythm with Miralax.
Have you heard about Miralax?
It's a different kind of laxative that's kind to your body.
Miralax relieves constipation with no bloating.
No cramping. And now, no prescription.
Restore your body's natural rhythm with Miralax.
AT&T U-verse will change the way you watch TV. It lets you pause a recorded show in one room.
He's heading to the kitchen, guys.
And pick it up in another.
Call now and experience U-verse TV with DVR included for under $50 a month. You'll never go back to cable. Get $200 cash back when you order online.
U-verse TV makes it easy to record up to 4 shows at once on a single DVR and play them back in any room in your home.
Call now to get AT&T U-verse TV with DVR included for under $50 a month. Get $200 cash back when you order online.
He's heading for the bathroom, guys. Honestly, who puts a telly in the loo?
AT&T, your world delivered.
What's this?
Breakfast.
It's kind of early, buddy.
You guys need to take some cholesterol off of you.
Honey, have you been reading the Cheerios box again?
I got that off the box.
Cheerios is made with 100% natural whole grain oats to help lower your cholesterol.
That was very thoughtful of you. Very early, but very thoughtful.
Cheerios. Good for the heart.
Suddenly, fortune smiles much brighter. Just join our rewards club. New members get a 25% rebate on slot play. It's like winning guaranteed. Only at Red Hawk Casino, where the sky's the limit.
Look at this. This is what happens when a refueling plant catches fire. The flames at a German facility caused several storage tanks to blow up, sent fireballs right into the air. 300 firefighters worked through the night to get everything under control. Through it all, only 2 minor injuries have been reported. Still no word on exactly what caused that fire. This afternoon, we are learning more about a deadly crash that happened on Highway 99. 2 people were killed this morning. One of the victims has now been identified as Kevin Lacefield. Authorities have not yet released the identity of the second victim. Here's what happened. The CHP says the driver of a speeding car just lost control on the off-ramp at Mack Road. The car flipped several times before slamming right into the overpass. Police have not said if alcohol or drugs played a role in this crash.
A big rig accident shut down parts of I-80 near Davis today. A big rig flipped at Richards Boulevard. It blocked 2 lanes almost the entire morning. Here's Nick James now with the pictures of the mess and the ensuing gridlock for miles.
Here's how bad the backup got. It stretched almost 6 miles from Richards Boulevard here to the Yolo Causeway, and if not for some careful maneuvering by emergency crews, this whole thing could have been much worse.
It's horrendous. I don't know what happened, but this is a heck of a time for this to happen.
1 overturned big rig in Davis equals 1 nightmare Friday commute.
A rather unique incident this morning.
The first crews on scene at 4 a.m. cut into the cab, rescuing a passenger trapped inside. But the real challenge was only beginning. This rig's cargo, tens of thousands of pounds of liquid plastic. It isn't leaking yet, but the trailer is pretty beat up, leading to fears it could rupture when uprighted. And that would mean a massive spill.
The potential volatility for it to change form when it comes into contact with air or oil on the ground was pretty much uncertain.
So authorities had no choice but to be extremely careful. That caution took time. Traffic snarled, and impatient drivers heading towards the Bay Area waited and waited and waited.
We got on the freeway at 8:30 up there at Mace Drive, and here it is 9:20, and we got maybe a mile and a half. No fun.
So after hours, this certainly came as a very welcome sight. Upright, with no leaks of that liquid plastic.
We won. That's what it's all about out here, it's the win.
With the help of 3 towing companies, at least 4 tow trucks, CHP, and Caltrans. This was no easy task for the guys in the trenches. You're out of breath. I can tell you need a rest.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm ready to go home.
After 5 long hours, he's finally heading home, while everyone else is happy that traffic's finally moving again.
Nick James reporting the driver of the big rig suffered minor injuries. His passenger was taken to the hospital, is expected to be just fine.
Right now, NASA is in countdown mode, getting ready for a shuttle launch tomorrow morning. The Endeavour and a crew of 7 set to take off at 4:17 a.m. our time. Forecasters are sticking with their 90% go weather forecast. The crew is heading to the space station to deliver some spare parts and the final segment of a Japanese laboratory. The mission will last about 2 weeks and will include 5 more spacewalks.
Very, very nice.
I feel like we're having, Florida weather here.
It's muggy and cloudy, but warm, but not hot. It's kind of a little bit of everything.
It is kind of quasi-tropical, yes.
If it stayed like this all the time, the population would triple here in about 2 years.
We clear everybody out when we hit triple digits.
By August, we're out of here.
Well, and you wouldn't find me because all the grass would be taller than me. Because everything's starting to return and grow again out there. So it is right. We'd have a boatload of new people here, but don't worry, we will warm it up quickly. Tail end of the 7-day forecast, temperatures are going to go back up once again. There's a little green for you. Again, probably overplayed. We had a couple of sprinkles at times here in the valley, but basically we've got some virga coming down here. And again, virga is precipitation not quite reaching the ground, evaporating before it comes down. But you get the idea. We've got cloud cover, we've got moisture, and we've got a pretty pleasant afternoon temperature-wise. 72 in Sacramento, 80 for Stockton, 79 Modesto, low to mid-60s at Truckee and South Lake Tahoe, 64 over towards San Francisco. And your 24-hour temperature change, well, you can kind of see where that cloud cover and that line right there of at least possible virga, maybe a couple sprinkles. That's where the cool air is, right there where that line was showing up there on the old Titan. 7 degrees cooler than we were at this time yesterday in Sacramento from 24 hours ago. There's a live look at around 4,700 feet. That, of course, is Bald Mountain, and you can see some of the cumulus out there. It's kind of the same picture we've been seeing off and on for the better part of this week. And again, as you look down from the top of the old Sutter Buttes, you can see what potentially is, that looks like a little bit of virga out there. So we have a couple of hit and miss sprinkles, and again, it is just unseasonably cool. It is June, and we are just about a week shy from coming into the start of summer. We will start to warm it up and get it feeling a bit more seasonal as we roll towards summer as well. And there you go, you can see some of the clouds around the valley as we go through our 4 o'clock show. You want to see some serious clouds? Take a look at this. Right there, just outside of St. Louis, or at least rolling towards St. Louis. Showers and storms there. They've been just getting pummeled with severe weather pretty much all week long for the central portion of the U.S. Right here, we continue to be, we're not pummeled, but we continue to be under this trough of low pressure. Little pieces of energy go by, and of course, with this just kind of spinning as it is, that's where we're picking up some of the shower activity, especially in the high country, and that little bit of a spritz there in the Central Valley. Another little piece will come along, so that can make it pretty interesting as we go on through the weekend. We'll continue under the trough. We actually eke out a valley shower, not only tomorrow, but possibly on Sunday as well, and we'll keep the temperatures on the cool side. You'd expect temperatures in the upper 80s to the low 90s. How about, again, the upper 70s to just around 80 degrees. We will return to the upper 80s and low 90s just in time for the tail end of the 7-day forecast. More details on that coming up, of course, tonight at 5 o'clock. So cool on the coast, slight chance of a shower here in the valley, and showers and thunderstorms again in the high country. And that's probably going to be for both days, but definitely on your Saturday, that is what you can expect. And what you can expect, if you're the first person in my mailbox, you know what that is? At dbender@KOVR.com, your own personalized weather forecast on television. How does it work? Give me your name, where you live. Give me the forecast that you want over the next 5 days or so, and be particular where you are. Maybe it's something special that you're doing. Be the first one in my mailbox at dbender@KOVR.com, and I will build that for you in HD glory and have it on the air in 15 minutes. And it will be the last one, possibly in analog TV history. So
true.
So this will be a collector's item.
Kind of makes the hair on the back of your neck kind of shoot right out.
Just excitement is there.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, David. If nicotine gum and the patch have not worked, you may want to try the electronic cigarette. We're going to show you how this works.
Well, these guys want to show you real UFO sightings, how their support group plans to get down to the truth.
Free antivirus software. Who's giving it away and when? Nuns sued by a Sacramento bishop. How they're accused of misusing money at a local high school that was shut down. Unusual gloomy weather is hitting Lake Tahoe businesses hard. The upside, the amazing travel deals you can score.
Tonight at 5.
Finding what you love makes you happy. Saving up to 60% every day makes you home goods happy.
In Sacramento, a budget crisis. To solve it, we need balance, cooperation, common sense. The politicians propose cuts that hit families with no sacrifice from the special interests. It means 1 million kids lose health care, hundreds of thousands denied college, seniors forced into nursing homes, all while keeping huge tax breaks for big oil and no tax hikes on tobacco or liquor. Tell Sacramento to balance spending cuts and taxes. It's just common sense.
80% of seniors who end up in convalescent care are there because of fall-related injuries, and many of those happen in the bathroom. But those slips and falls can be prevented with this, the American Home Makeover's therapeutic walk-in tub. This is making it possible for people to stay in their homes. You simply open the door, step up only 6 inches to get into the tub, close the door, fill it up, sit back, relax, and prepare yourself for the most therapeutically beneficial whirlpool bath you've ever had.
Heat is a physical therapy, component that we use all the time, and movement is so important in keeping people out of long-term care facilities, convalescent hospitals.
Warm water therapy really does make a difference, and here's how easy it is to bring it into your home. This is typical, a fairly small bathroom. Our factory-trained installers remove your old tub quickly and take it away, and in its place goes the better choice, an American Home Makeover's therapeutic walk-in tub. Our crew hooks it up for electrical and plumbing, and then the final touches. Our people are craftsmen. Their experienced skill installs the finishing panels, all in cultured marble. It looks terrific. It's completely sealed, so water will never leak into or around it. and done, it looks like it's always been there, making your life more comfortable and much safer.
I was being afraid of taking a shower and trying to get out of the tub. And I became more cautious and more cautious. And then I have arthritis in both knees. And getting out of a tub was an impossible thing.
So take the danger out of the bathroom and out of your life forever. Call American Home Makeovers, and if you do, we'll include and install free a Rinnai tankless water heater, a $2,200 value with your tub. And if you call to set up an appointment, we'll give you a 3-day, 2-night vacation at any one of 27 vacation destinations. So be sure to call us, 1-800-417-7777.
Welcome back. Here are the top stories getting clicks right now on CBS13.com. The suspect shot by Fairfield police officers shortly after a man was killed at a cell phone store. Also, the lawsuit being filed against nuns that run the now closed Loretto High School, and a new email scam making the rounds threatening that people will be killed if they do not cooperate with the demands. Also getting a lot of attention, the big DTV switch. Starting today, TV stations are switching broadcasts from analog to digital.
And here at CBS 13, we are going to be making the switch live in our 5 o'clock newscast. So not very long from now, in fact, about 1 hour from now, we'll be making the switch. Now, are you ready? Do you still have questions about the DTV switch? You can see that we have set up a live call center. It's in our studio right now. People are calling in. As you can see, our volunteers are answering and are ready to answer your questions. They're going to be taking calls there through our 6 o'clock hour.
You can see the countdown clock. You don't have much time left. So here's the number. We're going to put it on your screen right now. 1-877-239-2931. That is the number you want to call if you have questions you need answered. You can also get information on our digital TV guide. It's on our website. Go to CBS13.com.
There are lots of thoughts out there, and some of you are sharing those thoughts with us on the switch on our 4 p.m. blog.
Yeah, so far, Jason in Citrus Heights, you're writing in. You say you haven't had to do anything because you have cable, so it's easy for you. But your grandma, she's had to extend an analog cable from a wall outlet with no box, so it's kind of a bit of a pain for her. Nancy in Paradise, you say even with a converter box, you've been told that you're no longer going to get Sacramento stations, and you're only going to be able to get Chico and Redding stations. If that's true, I'm sorry. We're not going to be able to have you be in your living room anymore. This has caused a lot of headaches for some people. Right. So go to CBS13.com. Give us your thoughts on the whole thing on the 4 p.m. blog at the top of the homepage.
For those of you who have not seen a high-definition picture, it is much, much improved over the analog. Trust me.
Definitely.
The quality of your picture at home is going to go up in a big, big way today. In today's Wired and Tech News, Microsoft is coming out with a free antivirus software.
That's right. This is free. The program is being called Moro, and it's going to be released soon. No specific date just yet, but sometime this year. It's expected to have similar features to other companies' entry-level products that usually cost about $40 a year. The software is coming out to compete with subscription services from Symantec and McAfee, to name a couple of those out there. And Uncle Sam, get this, could soon start charging you for your next phone call from your BlackBerry or mobile phone. The government is considering taxing individuals for their company-issued cell phones. Under the plan, the IRS would tax 25% of an employee's annual bill, citing it as a fringe benefit. Celebrating his 85th birthday, jumping out of a plane. We're going to show you President George H.W. Bush's landing.
And getting to the bottom of whether UFOs exist.
You all know.
What a support group is looking for by combing through evidence.
BART riders definitely not looking forward to their commute next month. How much your fares are going to be going up.
Melissa Huckabee pleads not guilty for the murder of Sandra Cantu. Why did it take her so long to enter a plea? Plus, we meet the Sacramento Kings' new coach, what he said about his plans for the team.
Tonight on the CBS 13 News at 5.
Whirlpool presents the new Cabrio washer, now available at Lowe's. Wash 3 baskets of laundry in a single load and save water and energy. At Lowe's, get up to $200 back when you buy a Cabrio pair. Shop the largest selection of Whirlpool appliances at Lowe's today.
Are you making it easier for bacteria to grow on your dentures? You are if you use toothpaste instead of soaking them in Polident.
Toothpaste is abrasive on dentures. Look, scratches where bacteria can collect and grow. And bacteria can cause bad breath. That's why I recommend replacing toothpaste with Polident. Only Polident is proven to clean without scratching and kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. Don't scratch your dentures clean. Use Pollinate every day.
I worried what would happen if I didn't start taking care of my heart, but I wasn't ready to give up taste. Sometimes sacrifice is the name of the game.
Well, I've heard eating whole grain oats can help lower my cholesterol. It's going to be a challenge.
Well, sure, we want to lower our cholesterol and live healthier lives. But let's be real. Being healthy is tough.
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerio cereal tastes great and can help lower cholesterol.
I guess I can do this.
Be happy, be healthy.
Attention! Beware of loan modification scams preying on distressed homeowners. Before you pay anyone, call Financial Relief Law Center at 1-877-BAILOUT. Our evaluations are free. If you have been denied a modification, have a notice of default, or a foreclosure sale date, do not panic. You still have options. Our seasoned attorneys have helped many homeowners just like you save their home by negotiating an affordable mortgage. Our results have included principal reductions, low fixed interest rates, and forgiven delinquent payments. Call right away to see if you qualify for the latest $75 billion bailout. Financial Relief Law Center is an advocacy law firm dedicated to difficult loan modifications, consumer debt, and bankruptcy. Call now for a free evaluation. Our team of professionals will provide you with sound advice and guide you through these difficult times.
Getting help could save your home, but it's important to work with a reputable firm with proven results. Call 1-877-BAILOUT now.
The countdown is on. In less than an hour, our engineers are going to be flipping the switch and we'll stop broadcasting in analog. You are looking live right now at our Walnut Grove Transmission Tower where they are on standby. The big switch was supposed to happen back in February, but federal officials have been pushing back that date so more of you would be ready for the big change. Everybody with cable or satellite will be just fine, but if you do use those rabbit ears, you're going to need a converter box. And local stores, man, were they busy today. A lot of people trying to get those converter boxes at the last minute. And listen to this. Experts say even if you have a converter box, you may continue to have some reception problems.
A lot of the older antennas don't have the strength to get the signal, or they're just not equipped for all the digital channels. So you might have to get a new antenna.
So there could be more headaches ahead. More than 1 million households are expected to have problems sometime today. All TV stations are allowed to decide what time to make this switch. And here at CBS 13, we're going to be doing it live at 5:26 during our newscast coming up. We want to make sure you're ready. So Sam is in our call center right now, and volunteers are answering a lot of DTV questions, Sam.
They are, Brandy. In fact, they're right behind me. Let's just pan right over here, and we'll show you them. We've got 3 of them working, and since I've walked in here in the last 5 minutes, they have been on the line the full time. Let me give you the phone number right now. It is 1-877. It's on your screen, by the way, 1-877-239-2931. You can see it at the bottom of your screen. I'm going to walk over here and show you that old analog set that you've been talking a little bit about. If you have one of these babies with the rabbit ears on top, this is going to be a problem coming about 5:25 here on CBS 13. This is the old set. You're going to need to get the converter box, the new rabbit ears. You're going to need to hook up to satellite or to cable. By the way, if you have one of the newer sets, and this TV set that we're in right now, if you look way up there, that's one of those new high-def jobs. It's on top of the set here at Good Day Sacramento. Of course, if you have one of those and you're hooked up to satellite, hooked up to cable, you're going to be just fine. But the older versions are the ones that you're going to have to be concerned about. If you have any questions, these folks are certainly going to help you answer those. Again, I'll give you that phone number, 1-877-239-2931. It is 4:32 according to the clock here in this studio, which means we're going to have a conversion. We're going to flip over at 5:26 on CBS 13 tonight. So be prepared, be ready, and we're going to keep you informed throughout the entire evening, Brandy.
And by just looking at how busy those callers already are answering those phones, Sam, I have a feeling it's going to be a long day.
I think so. I think so. But they're here, they're ready, and they know what they're talking about. So give them a call.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Turning our eye to the economy now, General Motors and Chrysler executives are defending their move to close hundreds of dealerships. Between the two companies, more than 2,000 dealerships are going to be closed by the end of the year. Today, executives told a congressional panel that the dealer cuts were painful but necessary to preserve their companies. Some lawmakers, though, question whether closing the dealerships will actually save any money. U.S. Airways hopes 400 employees are going to voluntarily take some time off. The company says it is overstaffed right now, and it wants 400 flight attendants to take a leave of up to 16 months. If it doesn't get enough volunteers to step forward, the airline says it will start furloughing those employees. Now to Wall Street, where the Dow gained 28 points at the closing bell today. The latest survey from the University of Michigan found that Americans are slowly starting to feel better about the economy, but mortgage rates, they're also rising right now. A 6-month high. Freddie Mac now puts the average 30-year fixed loan at 5.59%. The cost of public transportation in the Bay Area is also going up.
What isn't these days? Let's go to Steve Large in the newsroom with more on that story and much more.
Yeah, it is the trend of the times. Get ready to pay more and get less. When you ride BART, Sam and Brandy, beginning July 1st, the fares will go up about 6%. Then in September, BART will cut back on the number of trains running during night and weekends. The transit system is dealing with a $22 million budget deficit. Health investigators have opened an investigation into California's adult film industry. It started after an actress recently tested positive for HIV. The state wants to make sure filmmakers are providing condoms and other safety measures to prevent the risk of new infections. A new development in the legal debate over same-sex marriage. Today it was revealed California Attorney General Jerry Brown and Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger are opposing an effort to lift the state's ban on same-sex marriage, while a lawsuit challenging Prop 8 makes its way through the federal courts. They claim lifting the ban right now would create confusion. Many more news stories coming up on CBS 13 at 5 and 6. First at 5, Sacramento nuns facing a lawsuit. Here's Elise Kirshner with that.
The school may be shut down, but the battle here at Loretto High continues.
That's where the money should stay. It should be right here in this community.
In an unusual move, the local bishop is suing the religious order that worked at the high school. Why the diocese says the nuns took money that wasn't theirs to take.
Elise will have that story at 5, and Coolidge Giannoulias is asking the question why cooler weather in the valley is hurting business in the mountains.
These beautiful beaches are usually packed with tourists by this time of year, but low temperatures are keeping them away. How Tahoe businesses are dealing with this slump in tourism.
Also new tonight at 6, overgrown bushes, boarded up windows, and even a toilet in the backyard. Residents in one local neighborhood are fed up with how a congresswoman is taking care of her home. Here's what David Begnaud is working on.
She had time to visit with Fidel Castro, but she doesn't have time to take care of her own house.
She's a California congresswoman with a house in the capital city, but it is not the nicest house in the neighborhood. It's been foreclosed once, and neighbors are fed up with this eyesore. So tonight at 6, we'll tell you what they are thinking about doing in order to kick the congresswoman out.
Interesting stories coming up at 5 and 6. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.
They've had problems with her and that house for a while now, Steve.
Well, we'll see if there's any developments coming our way.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's getting any better, that's for sure. All right, thanks. It's coming up at 6.
There's a group that is tired of seeing UFO hoaxes, so it's out to prove extraterrestrials are actually out there and they exist.
The people who truly believe in UFOs say they don't like seeing all the phony video that's shown up on the internet. So they are working to get through all of that and concentrate on evidence of real sightings and encounters.
What we're out to do is to disprove all the fakes and the hoaxes first and get rid of those. And then what you have left is maybe 5 or 10% that are what we term real.
The Mutual UFO Network is also working as a support group for people who may be scared or embarrassed to admit that they have seen a UFO.
Smoking without the smoke? Yes, the electronic cigarette that claims it can help people kick the habit.
President Bush's big birthday jump. What he's saying about the free fall and his plans for his next skydiving trip, Dave. He's not done.
Well, good for him, and good for your custom weather forecast. You timed it out just right. This came in for KC Lyons from Sacramento. The sun there, 5th birthday, going to be at the Orangevale Community Pool tomorrow. It's going to be mild, upper 70s, and you might have a chance of a light shower. So maybe take a cover and enjoy the birthday. But thank you, KC Lyons. That's your custom weather forecast. We got more news coming up. Stick around.
Breaking news. Prices have plummeted with drastic new discounts at Gottschalk's going out of business sale. Everything is now at least 60 and as much as 80% off. These aren't just discounts. These are deep discounts. All the top brands of apparel, shoes, accessories, and everything for the home must now be sacrificed at 60 to 80% off. We must sell to the bare wall, and we must sell it now. Deep discounts mean total liquidation prices of 60 to 80% off everything at Gottschalk's going out of business sale.
Introducing the new website from 1-800-DENTIST, 1-800-DENTIST.com. Learn about any dental problem and find solutions. Then find a dentist you'll love going to near your home or near your work and get a map right there. You'll know about their special training, what people say about them, and when they're open. Then just click a button and one of our matching specialists will help you make an appointment. 1-800-DENTIST.com. It's everything you need for great dental care.
In the last year, the Parsa Law Group has helped families throughout California get a loan modification. And I'm here to warn struggling homeowners about some of the terrible behavior we have seen from banks and lenders. Be careful signing any token offers from banks that don't provide you a realistic monthly payment for the long term. Be careful about offers that don't take a detailed look at your finances. The bank is not your friend. They are now debt collectors, looking to get as much out of you as they can. We have even seen them lie to people about the advantages of hiring an attorney. The last thing they want you to do is hire an attorney because they know an attorney can help you negotiate a deal that is fair. I'm attorney James Parsa. I am regulated and in good standing with the state bars of California and Nevada. The Parsa Law Group can provide aggressive representation against your lender. We have proven results with hundreds and hundreds of families. Call now for a free evaluation.
800-642-0645.
We wanted to redo our bathroom, but we've had so many nightmares dealing with contractors. So we called Bath Fitter. What a difference. Everybody at Bath Fitter was so pleasant. And together, we came up with a beautiful bathroom that fits our lifestyle to a T. The installer was very polite and a real charmer, too. With Bath Fitter, you can remodel your bathroom and still sleep at night.
Congress is sending President Obama legislation that will change the rules on tobacco.
I'm proud that the House and the Senate have acted swiftly and in an overwhelmingly bipartisan fashion to pass this legislation that will protect our kids and improve our public health.
The bill gives the Food and Drug Administration authority to regulate how cigarettes and other tobacco products are made, marketed, and sold. It includes the power to order changes in ingredients, like how much tar and nicotine are in those cigarettes to protect public health.
And Sam, with these new regulations, there is also a new anti-smoking aid filtering right into the United States. It is called the electronic cigarette. But as Terry Okita tells us, the FDA wants them banned until more studies can be done.
John Morris has smoked for more than 50 years.
It's a cigarette, but it's not. And that's the good thing about it.
He uses a smoke-free electronic cigarette to feed a nicotine addiction. He's tried the patch, gum, even hypnotism. Nothing has helped him quit long-term.
It really does work.
But there's no medical proof e-cigarettes can really help someone stop smoking.
What's remarkable, actually, is the lack of evidence that these products are any better than standard smoking cessation treatments, and secondly, the inadequate testing for their toxicity.
Just how much nicotine the cigarette delivers may vary, but they do feel like the real thing. Take a drag, the battery-operated e-cigarette lights up. It produces a vapor mist like smoke and delivers a dose of liquid nicotine.
You get into the thing of the hand, the puff, the...
Tobacco smoke causes almost 90% of lung cancer deaths, but e-cigarettes don't contain tobacco and don't produce smoke.
It is a nicotine delivery device.
Dr. David Barron represents the Electronic Cigarette Association. He recommends e-cigs to patients fighting nicotine addiction.
What they should try to do is try to get the tobacco out of their bodies. And this device undoubtedly affords them the opportunity to do that.
I think it's going to help.
The FDA doesn't recommend using e-cigarettes and has blocked foreign shipments into this country. But thousands of smokers, like John Morris, are willing to try anything to quit.
They're already pretty popular. These electronic cigarettes have been sold at 110 locations all across the U.S., including the Roseville Galleria. The company expects to open 150 more locations by the end of the year.
Question: how many pieces of paper can you squeeze out of one tree? Palace has the answer in today's Good Question.
Proof that at 85 you can do just about anything. The former president's big birthday jump and whether the landing tripped him up. And looking up, Dave, we see nothing but clouds lately.
Clouds around the area, cool weather, and a chance for some showers even in the valley this weekend. Details coming up. Stick around.
Nuns sued by a Sacramento bishop. How they're accused of misusing money at a local high school that was shut down. Unusual gloomy weather is hitting Lake Tahoe businesses hard. The upside, the amazing travel deals you can score.
Tonight at 5.
At Sizzler, we work hard to give you more than you pay for. Right now, we're grilling up our signature 6-ounce USDA choice steak, done to perfection for just $6.99. That's right, you can enjoy Sizzler's tender, juicy steak, served with a piping hot baked potato and our famous Sizzler cheese toast, all for just $6.99. Now that's value, only at your steak, seafood, salad, Sizzler, where America comes to eat.
Everything around the house was on fire.
Very emotional. I thought I would never see my house again.
Our clients are our family. 2 or 3 weeks prior to the fire, we had a meeting to discuss the steps that you need to do to help save their home.
We were able to do what we did to get the house safer. I called Mary and I said the house is going to be safe.
Things happen. You've got to be ready for it.
Are you this ready? Get to know a farmer's agent today. Find yours at farmers.com because ready feels good.
'Cause you're everywhere to me, and when I close my eyes, it's you I see. You're everything I know that makes me believe I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
Now there's a bank that's always there for you. Welcome to Chase. Chase what matters.
Given everything going on with the economy, now is a great time to give your finances a complete checkup, especially healthcare costs for you and your family. Talk to Blue Shield of California at 877-435-4824 now. With rates as low as $46 per month, it's worth it to call us today and see how affordable healthcare can be with Blue Shield. Call now to see if we can save you money with a wide range of options like affordable coverage with the benefits you want most, plans just for children whether you're covered or not, and plans that may be less expensive than your COBRA options too. With rates as low as $46 per month, Blue Shield has lots of plans that can help lighten your load. Blue Shield of California. Call 877-435-4824 today. See just how affordable your health care can be.
Get free pillows, free mattress pad, and free bed frame, plus free delivery, setup, and removal of your old set, even free financing. Sleep Train's free event.
Sleep Train, your ticket to a better night's sleep.
Closed captioning brought to you by Sleep Train, wishing every dad a happy Father's Day.
Okay, we're about 40 minutes now. Well, as you can see on the clock on your screen, 38 minutes and 50 seconds from the big DTV switch that's going to take place at CBS 13. We're going to be flipping this switch live in our 5 o'clock newscast about 5:26. If you've got any questions on the DTV switch, these are the people to call. We have a call center set up in our studio right now. The volunteers are ready to answer any questions you might have about the switchover. The number is on your screen to call, 1-877-239-2931. You can also get additional information on our digital TV guide that's on our website, cbs13.com. We'll continue to stay on top of this throughout the evening. The first former President Bush decided to mark his 85th birthday by dropping in on people in his home in Maine.
So the first class, Michael Elliott, and the 41st President of the United States, George Herbert Walker Bush.
Here's the landing. Let's see how it goes. Coming in tandem.
Oh, nice.
Not bad. Former President Bush did a little skydiving, as you see. The tandem jumped from 10,000 feet with one of the Army's Golden Knights. It was a little different than his first jump. That came back in World War II when his plane was shot down over the Pacific. He said that he actually hit his head on the plane when he jumped out of that plane. This one, much less pressure here.
Well, Mr. Bush, what do you think?
I liked it. I liked it. Glad to do it again.
Wow.
How about you?
Well, that was something else.
That is Robert Meade from CNN. The former president says that he doesn't plan to make another jump until he turns 90. Today was his 7th time skydiving.
See, didn't he do that when he turned 80?
I think
85.
so.
And didn't Barbara said you're not doing that anymore?
Yeah, but it looks like he
Trying to
kind of
cause
won
some
her
trouble,
over.
Mr. Shane?
I don't think he listens to Barbara much.
Maybe not.
I'm just looking at those guys running up there. Were those Secret Service guys catching him in the jumpsuits or not?
know.
Yeah.
He does. You know what? It shows that you can do anything at any age.
Oh, I heard in my ear. Yes, it was. They were Secret Service guys in jumpsuits. I bet you they're going to love that picture later on.
That's cool.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Weekend weather. How's it going?
Well, you know, we got a couple sprinkles out there that we don't even need to run our sprinklers. We got a couple sprinkles coming down, and it looks like this weekend we'll have a chance of maybe a few light showers as well in the valley. Both Saturday and Sunday we'll have a chance of thunderstorms in the high country. It's the same stuff we've been dealing with off and on all week, except this time around it looks like Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, maybe 15, 20, 25% chance of getting a sprinkle or a light shower as we go through the weekend. Right now it's relatively cool. We should be, again, remember, it's like a week away from the beginning of summer. We should be in the upper 80s to the low 90s. We're not even close as far as the temperatures go, but we are feeling cool with the cloud cover. 75 in Sacramento, 78 for Stockton, 79 Modesto, 80 for Marysville. Humidity at this hour is about 51%. And again, if you're thinking it's feeling a bit sticky out there, you're right, because it's 55 degrees on the dew point. Winds are southwest 10 and the barometer is falling at 29.88 inches of mercury. Alrighty, we continue to have the trough over much of the western portion of the U.S., eastern portion here of the Pacific, and with that circulation spinning like that and little pieces of energy going on by, you get the idea. We're going to continue with the same weather pattern that we've had all week, where we'll see temperatures maybe close to 80 at the warmest and a chance of a little light precipitation here and there as we go through the weekend. So this is what we can expect early tomorrow. You can see a little bit of green around the area, not a lot, and then as we head towards Sunday, maybe possibly another little round could kick on through here. Then after that, we'll start to warm things up, and we'll have details on the 7-day forecast with just how toasty we might see it by the time we get toward the middle and end of next week as we get toward the beginning of summer. So still cloudy tomorrow morning over toward the Bay Area, and then we have a slight chance of maybe a shower over toward the west. Temperatures tomorrow in the low 60s right along the immediate coast. Now here in the Central Valley, we'll go partly cloudy tonight. And again, we have a little sprinkle out there right now, a little bit of virga going on. That should all be kicking out. Cloudy tomorrow morning, and then that next little impulse comes through. So mild in the afternoon, but still a slight chance of a shower someplace here in the valley. Better shot on into the higher elevations. So there's still the potential of a lingering shower around tonight in the foothills to maybe about 3,000 feet off to the east. And then tomorrow morning, start to see some showers around, and definitely the possibility of something around by the afternoon, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. And then, of course, the Sierra, you know how this has been going. We got that story coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. It's going to be cold in the morning. It'll be relatively cool in the afternoon. And look at that. It's going to be a chance of some rain, maybe some thunderstorms, keeping it active there as we go on through at least Saturday and Sunday in the high country.
Yeah, we are going to talk about that at 5 and 6, about how this weather and the economy have hit
double whammy.
Yeah, in Tahoe. Okay.
See you in a bit, Dave. Thanks.
Okay. How many piles of paper come from a single tree? We're going to get the answer from Palace next. Nuns sued by a Sacramento bishop. How they're accused of misusing money at a local high school that was shut down. Unusual gloomy weather is hitting Lake Tahoe businesses hard. The upside, the amazing travel deals you can score.
Tonight at 5.
In Sacramento, a budget crisis. To solve it, we need balance, cooperation, common sense. The politicians propose cuts that hit families with no sacrifice from the special interests. It means 1 million kids lose health care, hundreds of thousands denied college, seniors forced into nursing homes, all while keeping huge tax breaks for big oil and no tax hikes on tobacco or liquor. Tell Sacramento to balance spending cuts and taxes. It's just common sense.
We repair, we restore, we renew. Mako, America's Body Shop. Compared to other body shops, Mako is 33% less. Go to Mako.com.
Honey?
Yes?
Honey, I can't find my internet cord. Oh, I'll borrow Haley's. You're downloading movies fast. From here? Where's her cord?
We switched to AT&T high-speed internet and got wireless access. No more cords.
Wireless. Okay, honestly, can I just get a cord, please?
Dad, the cord's invisible.
Call to get AT&T high-speed internet with no term commitment at a consistent low $19.95 a month. Switch from cable and get $100 cash back. Order online and get a wireless gateway free after rebate with select speeds.
Whoa, videos online here? How much is that?
Nothing. AT&T high-speed internet at home includes access here.
Our invisible cord is really long, Dad.
Ooh.
Switch to AT&T high-speed internet at home and get unlimited access to the nation's largest Wi-Fi network. Call to get AT&T high-speed internet with no term commitment at home and on the go for $19.95 a month. Switch and get $100 cash back.
Aren't you glad we switched to AT&T?
Yes, but I want my own invisible cord.
You already have one.
Oh.
AT&T, your world delivered.
When my wife started forgetting things, the doctor said it could be Alzheimer's. I didn't want to believe it. But that night at the bowling alley,
Where's Alice?
oh, there she is.
She seems a little confused.
That's when I knew. I couldn't wait. Our doctor told us prescription Aricept is the only treatment proven effective for all stages of Alzheimer's. Studies showed Aricept slows the progression of symptoms. It improves cognition and slows the decline of overall function.
Aricept is well tolerated, but not for everyone. People at risk for stomach ulcers or who take certain other medicines should tell their doctors because serious stomach problems such as bleeding may get worse. Some people may experience fainting. Some people may have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, bruising, or not sleep well. Some people may have muscle cramps or loss of appetite or may feel tired. In studies, these were usually mild and temporary.
We really love this place. Talk to your doctor about Alzheimer's treatments, including Aricept. Don't wait. Alzheimer's isn't waiting.
This portion of the program is being brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
Yes, the DTV switch is happening today. The clock counting down to less than 30 minutes right here on CBS 13. Another reminder that we're flipping the switch, I should say, in our 5 o'clock newscast. So if you still have questions, give those volunteers a call. They're in the call center, and the number is 1-877-239-2931.
We'll walk you right through the whole thing in 5 o'clock.
Do you ever stop to think, where do we get all of our paper? I mean, specifically, how many trees does it take to make paper?
Well, Palace Houpe has the answer in today's Good Question.
If a tree falls in the woods, does anyone know how much paper could be harvested from it?
We need to know what kind of trees are we talking about, because paper is not made just from one kind of tree. There's a whole mix of trees that are put together because each different kind of tree brings a different quality to the paper. So for this example, we're going to assume that our hypothetical tree is 40 feet tall and it's about 6 to 8 inches in diameter. Okay. I'm figuring that you can get about 8,333 pieces of paper out of it.
Oh, and by the way, that's the good stuff we're talking about, copy paper that goes into your printer. Kinsella says in reality, most paper is a mix of hard and soft woods and other materials. About 15% of what we use is actually recycled, made from other paper. Cutting trees down to make paper is far more expensive and uses more energy.
So about 700 paper bags can be made from one 15-year-old tree. And if you have a good question, you can send Palace an email. All you have to do is send it to goodquestion@kovr.com.
Coming up next on the CBS 13 News at 5 o'clock.
Melissa Huckabee enters a not guilty plea to killing 8-year-old Sandra Cantu. Why it took her 4 court appearances to enter a plea.
Thanks, Andrea. Also, the Sacramento sheriff tells CBS 13 why drastic cuts in his department could mean more guns in your neighborhood.
More local news.
So you're saying these 10 candies represent our friends and family, the 10 people we can call, whatever network they're on, without using our minutes.
That's included. No extra cost.
Oh.
So then, excuse me, Sammy. This would be like the 80 million people on Verizon Wireless we can call too. Yep, also included. Don't eat it, Marcia!
Save minutes and money with Verizon Wireless. Unlimited calling to 10 out-of-network numbers, even landlines. Plus, get America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. And now buy an LG Glance for $49.99 and get up to 4 phones free.
This fiber, I'd had my fill.
Then I found Miralax. Miralax relieves constipation with no bloating, no excess gas, no taste, no grit. You'll see, it's clearly different.
Restore your body's natural rhythm with Miralax.
Have you heard about Miralax?
It's a different kind of laxative that's kind to your body.
Miralax relieves constipation with no bloating.
No cramping. And now, no prescription.
Restore your body's natural rhythm with Miralax.
Homeowners, are you in a risky adjustable rate mortgage? Are you facing the possibility of foreclosure? Have you watched the value of your home collapse? Have you tried to refinance and were turned down by your bank or lender? At the National Improvement Center, we have the answer: loan modification, the alternative to refinancing or foreclosure. A loan modification changes the terms of your home loan. This change can include a lower interest rate, extension of the length of your loan, a change in the type of loan, and possibly an adjustment of the loan balance to your current market value. Banks and lenders do not want to foreclose on your home. In many cases, they'll even forgive past due payments. The National Improvement Center will renegotiate the terms of your loan, often resulting in a significantly lower monthly payment. We take care of all the paperwork. Call the number on your screen. Every homeowner needs to know the benefits of loan modification. This is a free call, and there is no obligation. Call the National Improvement Center now.
Former Sunday school teacher Melissa Huckabee today pled not guilty for the murder of 8-year-old Sandra Cantu.
Right now, we want to go to Andrea Minetti. She is live at the Stockton courthouse with why it took 2 months for her to enter this plea. Andrea?
Well, experts say the holdup was Huckabee's defense attorney. He kept on asking the court for more time to review evidence, but today's plea really gets this case rolling.
Melissa Huckabee remains silent as her defense attorney entered the not guilty plea on her behalf. Today's actions come on the former Sunday school teacher's 4th court appearance and follows recent pressure from prosecutors to get the case moving forward. Mourning community members frustrated it took this long.
It's nice to know that at least there's a plea there now. It's tiresome coming back and forth over and over again, and I think that it's important for the community as well as family for them to see the court proceedings are moving forward.
Huckabee, charged with murdering, kidnapping, and raping 8-year-old Sandra Cantu, is eligible for the death penalty. Judge Linda Loftus scheduled Huckabee's preliminary hearing for about 3 months from now. At that point, we will find out more about how and where little Sandra was killed, and the judge will decide if there's enough evidence to move the case to trial.
It's a low standard of proof. So sometimes we don't put on everything at a preliminary hearing, but it's a case-by-case determination.
The preliminary hearing will stay at the San Joaquin County Courthouse because the judge hears the case, not the public. But legal expert Steve Clark says if it goes to trial, it will likely be moved out of the area.
Because of the search, because of the vigils, those kinds of things make people here so much more, they would necessarily come into as a juror with a bias potentially.
And another interesting point, Huckabee's mental state was not brought up during the hearing, and experts say Huckabee could always change her plea down the road, but again, the next hearing is scheduled for September.
All right, Andrea, thank you very much. Andrea Minetti live for us tonight in Stockton.
An employee of Mercy San Juan Hospital has been arrested, accused of molesting a child relative.
Turns out he's been a registered sex offender for the last 30 years. 57-year-old Lorenzo Jimenez has been placed on leave at the hospital where he was a housekeeper. He did not interact with patients. If you have any information about Jimenez's alleged abuse, you're being asked to call the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department tonight.
A young man's body found in his family's Midtown Sacramento home earlier this week has now been identified. The coroner's office says it is 24-year-old James Douglas. His body was found badly decomposed, and officers believe he had been dead for at least a couple of days. Police do suspect foul play in this case.
We continue to hear this warning tonight that budget cuts could mean fewer Sacramento County deputies on the streets.
And those cuts could lead the sheriff to take some drastic measures leading to more guns on the streets. Ari Graswich has the scoop.
Law-abiding citizens could get the right to carry concealed weapons in Sacramento County if budget cuts remove about 300 deputies from the streets of Sacramento. Easy acquisition of concealed weapons permits for law-abiding residents is one idea being considered by Sheriff John McGinnis. His ranks could be decimated by cuts under debate right now by the County Board of Supervisors. Today, it's tough to get a concealed weapons permit in Sacramento. A law enforcement committee reviews every application. The sheriff stays out of it. That process could be streamlined if budget cuts force the sheriff's hand. To get the scoop, I went to Sheriff McGinnis. If you're required by budgetary concerns to remove about 300 deputies from the streets, in good conscience, can you tell me, as a law-abiding citizen, that I can't have a CCW, a concealed weapons permit?
It would be very difficult for me to take that hardline approach. If the recommendations as they stand today become fact, I think we're going to have to take a different look at it, and my plan would probably be to eliminate the panel as it exists today and be far more generous in terms of interpreting the criteria for CCWs.
And the bad guys are going to know. If there's 300 fewer deputies in Sacramento County, they're going to know that right away, right?
They already know what's being talked about now. It's very important to them. It's very important to them as they choose their next victim. And I think it's going to be very, very obvious to everyone if this happens. But if it goes that way, it's a different world. It's a completely different environment. We have to adjust accordingly. And individual personal safety is something that I have to support.
The sheriff hasn't finalized his plans, but a smaller sheriff's department means you might have to protect yourself and your family, and you might need a concealed weapons permit to do it. I'm R.E. Grasswich, and that's the scoop.
Sheriff McGinnis also telling Bob that this may be the only option he has if there are fewer officers on the street.
And if he makes good on that idea, the Weapons Committee might be disbanded.
New and rather disturbing details about a teenager allegedly locked up and tortured in a Tracy home.
Let's go to Chris Pickle. She's live in Stockton, where they just released a grand jury report. Chris.
And according to the grand jury transcripts, the teenager endured months of horrific torture before he escaped from a Tracy home last December. We're going to show you the 4 defendants. Karen Ramirez, Michael Schumacher, Kelly Lau, and Anthony Waiters are charged with a number of offenses, including kidnapping and torture. Some of the most compelling testimony coming from the 16-year-old himself, and also Schumacher and Lau's 9- and 5-year-old children who were witnesses. According to the testimony, the boy was beaten with bats, he was chained up, burned, mutilated with knives, and used as a punching bag. In one event, the boy said he was choked to the point of unconsciousness, and when he woke up, his elbow was melting to the grate of a fireplace. 2 adults were watching, but the boy had to pull his own arm out of the fire. And that was not the only time the boy was burned. After he escaped from the home, he actually had to undergo skin grafts for some of his injuries. And the allegations of torture and abuse just go on and on. There's more than 1,000 pages of testimony here. And tonight at 10, we are going to have more for you on what this teenager endured before he escaped.
That report just takes your breath away. It's unbelievable what this kid went through, according to the grand jury, anyway.
It's just horrific, the testimony that was given.
Chris, thank you. We'll see you at 10 with that. Sacramento is enforcing some new rules on outside watering tonight. Sacramento is now calling for these rules for people living in the city. They are banned from watering lawns between 10 in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. It will also be illegal to wash a car without having a shutoff nozzle on the hose, and you cannot water your lawn and wash your car on the same day, according to these new rules.
Well, it's good because we've been seeing some rain recently, but the cooler weather in the valley has been nothing but trouble for Lake Tahoe. As Coolidge Unulius found out, a slow start to the tourist season is really hurting businesses there.
Tahoe beaches are usually packed with tourists by mid-June, but unusually low temperatures have kept many people from visiting.
Yeah, when it starts getting cold and windy, it's amazing. You just wonder where everybody went.
Shops, restaurants, and hotels up and down the South Lake Strip are in a slump because the slow season between winter and summer is dragging on.
We expected more sunshine. Yeah, because we expected that Nevada is, at this time of year, would be much hotter.
Business owners say they haven't seen June weather like this in years. Memorial Day usually launches Tahoe's busy summer season, but this year, the few tourists trickling in are still trying to keep warm, purchasing jackets instead of flip-flops.
These are good sellers.
General economy across the country is being challenged.
The Lake Tahoe Visitors Authority doesn't want to blame it all on the weather, but continues promoting Tahoe's indoor events like concerts and gaming to tempt tourists to the area. That includes spreading the word about remarkable deals.
In the month of May, we actually had large properties advertising rooms for $29 and $39 a night.
But for some, it didn't take a sale to book their Tahoe trip. They're actually here because of the unusual weather.
We left 102 degrees weather in Texas, so it's nice to be here. Nice and cool.
The Visitors Bureau and local businesses are counting on the upcoming 4th of July holiday weekend to drive visitors here and hopefully make up for these lost profits.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, Kula. Thank you. But there are still some thunderstorms expected for the Sierra this coming weekend. Let's check in with Dave Bender in the Weather Center.
Yeah.
It's been crazy up there.
It has been very unusual, not only up there, but also here in the valley. We're going to keep it cool and unsettled, at least through this weekend. But eventually, we'll start to warm things up. We'll have more on the 7-day here in a second. But let's just show you what we have going on around the area. That little bit of green here in the valley, probably overplayed, but we are seeing a couple of sprinkles here and there. A lot of that most likely virga, which is precipitation that evaporates before it reaches the ground. But as you can see, still some scattered showers around the South Lake Tahoe area. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and slide this down a little bit down toward the Yosemite area, and you can see, yes, we have some pink, we have some white. The pink is ice or mixed precipitation. The white is snow. So as you can see, it's also very cool in the high country to go along with the chance of showers and cloud cover. We'll break out of this. We'll have details on the 7-day forecast here in just a bit. Back to you guys with more news.
Thanks, Dave.
Sure.
Governor Schwarzenegger is revoking the state controller's authority to take out an emergency loan for California.
We've heard this from the governor, and he says a loan would be too expensive and it would give lawmakers an excuse to delay a budget vote. The state controller has said that California will not be able to pay its bills at the end of next month. Next Tuesday, San Joaquin Delta College will consider laying off employees to help slash a $8 million deficit there. That school has about 65 managers and 400 classified staff. Trustees may also consider raising tuition fees per unit from $20 up to $26 per unit. Iran's election results are being disputed even before all the votes have been counted. Iran's President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad claiming victory, but so is his challenger.
So let's go to Steve Large at the World and National Desk with what's still in question here.
Yeah, Sam and Brandy, a vote with huge implications for Iran's immediate future. Ahmadinejad has 70% of the vote, according to Iran's state news agency, but candidate Mir Hussein Mousavi, who does seek better ties with the U.S., is threatening to challenge those results. Internet service was disrupted through part of the day. Text messaging was cut off as well. Official results from the election are expected to be released tomorrow. Sam and Brandy?
Thank you very much, Steve. We now want to explain that clock you see on the upper left-hand corner of your screen. CBS 13 and TV stations all across this country are making a digital switch today.
Time is up. In about 15 minutes, we're going to be turning off our analog signals and then be broadcasting in digital. Right now, here's a live look. This is our tower in Walnut Grove, where a CBS 13 employee you see there is going to be doing the flipping of the switch. If you have rabbit ears, you need a converter box. So if you have any questions about the digital television switch, you can call the number I'm about to, you can kind of see it below your screen, but you can write this down as well, 877-239-2931. You can see people already answering the phones, taking your questions. They are standing by to take your concerns and hopefully help you out with all this.
The Sacramento Diocese is suing nuns who worked here at Loretto High.
They basically said, we don't want to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about. And we're taking the money to Chicago.
Coming up, why the diocese says it should have never gone to court.
Thanks, Elise. Also next to New at 5, rock and roll legends coming to Lodi to help save a landmark stadium.
Get great deals at thousands of website stores and give to a charity at the same time. How you can cash in tonight's Save with Dave.
If ever you're not satisfied with one of our tires, please feel free to bring it back. Thank you. America's Tire Company.
At America's Tire Company, we're not just another tire store or garage. We're in the people business, and we're here just for you.
It's the best part of my job is taking care of our customers every day and then seeing them leave with a smile on their face and feeling like they made a friend and not just bought a set of tires.
Right now, get a $40 instant rebate on select sets of great brands.
In Sacramento, a budget crisis. To solve it, we need balance, cooperation, common sense. The politicians propose cuts that hit families with no sacrifice from the special interests. It means 1 million kids lose health care, hundreds of thousands denied college, seniors forced into nursing homes, all while keeping huge tax breaks for big oil and no tax hikes on tobacco or liquor. Tell Sacramento to balance spending cuts and taxes. It's just common sense.
On and on and on, where we all shine on. Let the
you.
New to California, but not to banking. Chase.
All I saw was just a gray wall coming with stuff flying in it. And that was when we got into the back behind the stairwell.
We wrote the insurance just 5 days before the tornado hit.
When we first saw the damage that had been done to the house, we were totally shocked.
There's our window. We came out.
Wow.
It's great to be able to call someone who's local and can answer your questions right away.
Farmers focuses on taking care of families.
And they looked at the house and they simply said, it's a total loss for you, and we're going to pay you immediately. If we didn't have farmers, I mean, I know with our old policy, we weren't covered as well. Things change and you need to be changing your insurance to match it.
That's just what farmers is all about.
It's very important to be prepared so you can take care of your family.
Are you this ready? Get to know a farmer's agent today. Find yours at farmers.com because ready feels good.
Closed captioning brought to you by Sleep Train, wishing every dad a happy Father's Day.
Ideas that provide hope, offering positive solutions during these current economic times.
Metro PCS.
Hello.
Unlimit yourself.
A congresswoman keeps company with presidents, but can't keep her Sacramento house clean? What neighbors may do to kick her out.
New at 6.
Big rig topples over on Interstate 80 in Davis this morning. Look at the mess. Emergency crews had to cut a person out. He's expected to be just fine, though. The truck was carrying liquid plastic. It took 4 tow trucks, the CHP and Caltrans, to get that big mess cleared about several hours later. Nuns who ran Loretto High School are now being sued by the Catholic Bishop of Sacramento for misusing money.
It is the first of its kind lawsuit, and Elise Kirshner's in Sacramento with the outrage from the Catholic Diocese.
It's all laid out right here.
Laid out in black and white, the Sacramento Catholic Bishop and Loretto High School donors suing the nuns who ran the school. How did it get to this point?
How did it get to this point is a great question, and I think the answer is that nobody wanted to talk about it.
Even as Loretto supporters rallied to save the all-girls school in January, diocesan spokesperson Kevin Eckery says the nuns from the Institute of Blessed Virgin Mary refused to talk about what would happen to the millions of dollars donated to Loretto.
They basically said, we don't want to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about, and we're taking the money to Chicago.
According to the complaint, that's because the nuns want to take the money from the sale of the school, valued at nearly $8 million, to support the retirement of its IVBM members.
I don't know what their agenda is, and all I know is that it's been a sad, sad time for us, for families at Loretto.
Denise Davis's daughter is already dealing with transferring schools her senior year. She can't believe the fight isn't over.
That money was meant for the Catholic girls in Sacramento, for the Catholic education of those women.
But even before the Sacramento school closed in 2008, the nuns allegedly began withdrawing funds from the Loretto Endowment Trust to repay debts and pay routine operations in violations of the trust guidelines.
Loretto is really something special, and it's very, very unfortunate what's happened.
Other news for you tonight, Sacramento Unified School District is the latest district now to slash summer school programs. The Board of Education will eliminate all programs for elementary and middle school students for this summer and next summer. High school students can still take classes. Nearly 300 district employees are also impacted by that decision. Lodi's Great Bowl Stadium is opening up for a little rock and roll, at least a big legend anyway.
George Thorogood is going to be performing on July 24th. The stadium is such a big deal for Lodi, and the city hopes the concert's going to help raise money to make some long-needed repairs to that stadium. The aging area is not up to code with the Americans with Disabilities Act. That's why they need the funds.
Thorogood known for the song Bad to the Bone, and that leads us to Dave Bender.
Oh, no.
Wondering what to get Dad for Father's Day.
Hey, you got some ideas where you can get Dad a good gift and also help out charity here.
Yeah, it was a Dad to the Bone. We'll change it from bad to Dad to the Bone. No, okay. It's an online marketplace with hundreds of stores, and all you have to do is shop for Dad, and they're going to donate in his name. Goodshop.com is a website that incorporates goodwill and good deals. More than 1,000 stores from Amazon.com to Zales Jewelers participate in the Good Shop program. So here's how it works. The first time you log on, you tell the website your favorite cause or charity. Then click on the store that you want to shop, and it's going to take you right there, and you can shop like normal. Only now, a percentage of what you spend will go to the charity that you chose. But it's not just for goodwill. Lots of stores also have discounts for Good Shop users. We're talking everything from free shipping with a $50 purchase from Ghirardelli to $10 off a $100 order at Home Depot. The company is also linked to a search engine called Good Search. For every search you do, a penny goes to charity. Now, the upside is you get to give to charity in your dad's name if you want, of course, and you get some cash off on that present. So with the 3 examples that we actually found, you'd save about $30 in shipping and discounts from all 3 stores. So that's some good news right there. And of course, that's your Save with Dave. And now it's time for a little bit of weather. I feel like I'm Mr. Drucker going from one place to the other here. All right, let's talk a little bit about our Titan at this point. And as you can see, some green around the area there on Titan. A lot of that here in the Central Valley, of course, is overplated. It's just a little bit of virga that's coming down. But the stuff in the high country, yeah, that's a little bit of ice and snow. And of course, we have the potential for maybe even a thunder bumper up there later tonight. And of course, that's going to carry on off and on through the weekend. But things will be changing here ever so shortly as we roll on through the 7-day. We'll have details here in a second. Let's take a quick peek. Outside, as you can see, we got cumulus clouds out there. A few crepuscular rays coming down. Looks kind of angelic, kind of heavenly-like there. And of course, that's at 4,700 feet. That's all the way up there, I believe, at Bald Mountain. Let's take a look at our current conditions. We have 75 in Sacramento. Humidity, 51%. Winds are southwest at 10, and the barometer is falling at 29.88. 78 degrees this hour in Stockton. Winds are west at 7, and the barometer is falling. On toward Marysville, or rather Modesto, 79 degrees. Winds are northwest at 10. All locations seeing some gusts at 15 to 20, and at least at times today. And Marysville this hour, 80 degrees, wind south at 10, and the barometer falling at 29.86 inches of mercury. Okay, your Pacific view shows you this, a trough that continues to just hang over the eastern Pacific, western portion there of the U.S. Little pieces of energy go down through there. That's why we pick up some more clouds here, lose some clouds there, but we stay cool. We keep the onshore flow, and we have enough moisture that we trigger some showers and some storms. And it looks like we may actually get a real possibility with this guy coming down and everything going through this weekend of something coming by and giving us a shower here in the Central Valley. Not a lot, but a chance of something as we roll through the weekend. And again, it may even include Sunday as well. Then after that, we'll start to kick all this stuff out of here. We'll start to ridge, and temperatures get back to where we should be. Upper 80s to near 90 as we wrap up spring and roll toward the beginning of summer. All right, so we're just about a week out from summer, so here we go. Tomorrow in the Central Valley, temperatures in the 70s, maybe low 80s. Chance of a little precip here and there. I mean, just very little, maybe a 20 or 30% chance. Better shot in the north end of the valley, and a better shot for the most part in a lot of the higher elevations, because orographically that just enhances everything, and that helps squeeze out extra moisture. Low 70s and some showers for Jackson and Sonora, mid 60s for Pollock Pines. May get some lightning or some thunder there in the Gold Country. Definitely going to get some of that stuff up in the Sierra with temperatures around the Greater Lake Tahoe area, only in the upper 50s. You can see why people go up and support the places up there, but take a jacket as you go up. But by the time we get to the middle of the week, it's all going to change in the high country. It's going to change here in the valley. Going to dry out and warm up. Mid-60s for Monterey, 63 for San Francisco. Again, you can see some of the showers still in the forecast there. Low 70s for Santa Rosa. And on your 7-day forecast, as we go through the last several days of spring, it starts to look like it. Check it out, Thursday and Friday. Upper 80s, and that is still below average, but we'll take it. And it's been one fantastic middle of June so far.
More importantly, who's Mr. Drucker?
Mr. Drucker from... I'm trying to think of the name of the TV series.
I know Mr. Drummond.
No,
Mr. Drummond?
That is not Mr. Drummond on your television screen, by the way.
No. They're just moving us along.
Yeah. Yes. We're going to be making the big switch to DTV when we come back, so keep it right here. The clock is counting down. We'll figure out who Mr. Drucker is when we come back.
For this math genius,
I applied a neural network algorithm. That was the cool part.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
It's easy to let crime solving go to his head.
Well done, Charles!
But the FBI wouldn't have it any other way.
Hey, Charlie, we got work for you.
Is that the man you saw?
It's close.
What if we do this?
That's our guy.
You go with what you know, not with what you don't.
Connect the dots and track his movements.
Nice finish.
Numbers, CBS Tonight.
Black Oak Casino is making a case for winning big. It's our Show Me the Money weekend giveaway with a $3,000 cash winner every Sunday and one $20,000 winner every Saturday, guaranteed. And the new 6-story 1,000 space parking garage will open July 1st. Experience the new Skywalk Gaming expansion with a state-of-the-art poker room, Jumping Coyote Espresso Bar, and the largest smoke-free gaming area in California. Make your case during Black Oak Casino's Show Me the Money weekend giveaway.
Economy got you down, vacation costs going up? A Raging Waters Daycation is the best deal for a summer of fun. Just buy a regular single-day admission and come back the rest of the summer free.
So you're saying these 10 candies represent our friends and family, the 10 people we can call, whatever network they're on, without using our minutes.
That's included. No extra cost.
Oh.
So then, excuse me, Sammy. This would be like the 80 million people on Verizon Wireless we can call too. Yep, also included. Don't eat Aunt Marcia!
Save minutes and money with Verizon Wireless. Unlimited calling to 10 out-of-network numbers, even landlines. Plus, get America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. Now get the new LG NV3 for $79.99 and check out the new LG NV Touch.
Want the lowest price guaranteed on quality carpet?
Empire exceeded my expectations, especially when we got our quote. The two major retailers we originally approached were much more expensive.
Empire offers the lowest price guaranteed, plus shop-at-home convenience. We install next day with no payments for 1 year.
The quality of our installation was top-notch. We'll recommend Empire to anybody.
Call today.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Breaking news. Prices have plummeted with drastic new discounts at Gottschalk's going out of business sale. Everything is now at least 60 and as much as 80% off. These aren't just discounts. These are deep discounts. All the top brands of apparel, shoes, accessories, and everything for the home must now be sacrificed at 60 to 80% off. We must sell to the bare wall, and we must sell it now. Deep discounts mean total liquidation prices of 60 to 80% off everything at Gottschalk's going out of business sale.
A congresswoman keeps company with presidents, but can't keep her Sacramento house clean? What neighbors may do to kick her out.
New at 6.
Okay, welcome back. We are about 1 minute away now from the switch over to digital television. Just to let you know what we're doing here, we have volunteers here manning the phones. If you have any questions, we're going to give you a phone number where you can call in and ask them after we make the switch. Now, by the way, here you see, there's the phone number, 1-877-239-2931. Back out live here. We are 40 seconds away from the switch. If you have one of these old, let's take the live picture, guys. Back out here, if you have one of these old analog television sets, these are the ones that are going to be affected that will be no longer in use about 30 seconds from now. Want to take you live now out to our Walnut Creek location. That's where we have the big tower. You can see a split screen on your TV set right now. Inside that tower, we have a control room. This is where we are physically going to make a switch with that engineer you see standing there live right now. As they count down on the clock there, you can see on the upper right-hand side of your screen, we're now down to 10 seconds and counting. So in about 5 seconds, this switch will take place. Analog television is going away in 3, 2, 1. We are now in digital television. From this point forward, there will no longer be